All right, financial math classes. We are moving on from the checking and savings accounts. We're going to be talking about loans this chapter. So chapter 8 is all about loans. You'll see a lot of similarities with what we just did with the savings account and interest in the savings account, because loans also accrue interest. When you take out a loan, you end up paying back more than you originally borrowed because of interest. So it's important to understand what interest is and how it works. Today we're going to be talking about single payment loans. So a single payment loan is a loan that you repay with one payment after a specified period of time. A business may be short of funds and needs to borrow money to meet its payroll or pay for inventory and supplies. The business owner could sign a promissory note with its financial institution. Promissory note is a written promise to pay a certain sum of money on a specific date in the future. The maturity value of the loan is the total amount you must repay. It includes both the principal and the interest owed. Remember from chapter 5 that principal is the amount borrowed. A loan's term is the amount of time for which the loan is granted. For example, a single payment loan may be granted for a number of years, months, or days. When the term is a specific number of days, the lending agency may calculate interest in one of two ways. Ordinary interest is based on a 360-day year, or exact interest is based on a 365-day year. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure when you would do one or the other, why businesses would do ordinary or exact. I'm not sure, but it is two different ways to calculate it. I'll say most loans, I have never actually taken out a single payment loan. Most loans that you will take out as an individual are going to be multiple payments. But there are things such as single payment, and this is just a good introduction to how loans work. So following formulas are used when calculating how much you owe on a loan. First thing, you calculate the interest, just like we did in chapter 5. Interest is the principal times the rate times the time. If it's ordinary interest, it's principal times rate times time divided by 360. The exact same thing, but it's time divided by 365. And then the maturity value, you take that principal, add in the interest. So let's look at an example here. Anita Sloan, bank granted her a single payment loan of $7,200 for, how much does that? Hold on. For 91 days to pay for merchandise for a candle shop. Determine the maturity value of the loan if the rate is A, 6% ordinary interest, or B, 6% exact interest. So find the ordinary interest. Find the ordinary interest. You're going to do the principal, which is $7,200, times the rate. Don't forget to change it to a decimal, 0.06. Then times the time divided by 360. So it'd be 91 over 360. So let's switch over to a calculator, calculate that out. So 7,200 times 0.06 times, what was it, 90? I already forget. Let me go back to that slide. 91 over 360. 91 divided by 360. Enter, so you get $109.20. So back to our slide. So the interest is 109.20. The maturity value, all you need to do is take the principal, add in the interest. So the maturity value is $7,309.20. So calculating ordinary interest, Anita with her $7,200 loan, she's ending up paying back $7,309. All right, that's how the loan works. Exact interest owed. So Same thing, to find the exact interest, you do the principal, so it's 7,200 times the rate. Don't forget to put it in as a decimal, times 91 days over 365. Let's switch back over to the calculator. So 7,200 times 0.06 times 91 divided by 365 this time, 107.70. So you get $107.70. So the maturity value, you take the, so you start the principal, add the interest. So this comes out to $7,307.70. All right. Another example. So Parker Logan purchased a new surfboard costing $600 and financed it at 9% ordinary interest for 90 days. What is the interest on the loan? So make sure you're paying attention to what the question is asking. We're just finding the interest. So we just do that first formula. We don't need to add it back onto the principal if you're just finding interest. Remember, the interest and its ordinary interest is going to be the principal times the rate times how many days, the time, over 360 days or 360. So the principal, 600. 9% interest is 0.09, and then the time, 90 over 360. So let's switch over to our calculator to work that out. So 600 times 0.09 times 90 over 360, $13.50. So $13.50. So the answer is C, $13.50. All right, one last example. So again, now pay attention to what the question is asking. Now it's asking the maturity value. So this one, you do need to take the interest and add it back into the principal to find out the maturity value. So we're going to start off calculating the interest first. This is exact interest. So that means that's over, the last part is over 365. So interest is the principal times the rate times the time over 365. Principal is 4,850 times the rate 7%, so 0.07 times the time is 120 over 365. Let's switch over to the calculator, put that in. So 4,850 times 0.07 times 120 over 365. So $111.62. $111.62. And now to find the maturity value, you take the principal plus the interest. So that's, the principal was 4,850 plus the interest of 111.62. And that comes out to $4,961.62. Not plus. There we go. 0.62. So the correct answer is D, 49.61.62. All right. That is all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, make sure you email me. Other than that, we will see you next time.